Welcome everyone to our March team meeting. I am Karen Hope, the very proud leadership manager of Hope Diamonds. And tonight we are going to be cooking the 8-minute butter chicken in the pressure cooker using our new spices. So you've all been sent our recipe today, and we're going to be using our butter chicken spices. Obviously, this gives us a great opportunity to be using all of our spices as our add-on sales for all of our fantastic products. So I'm sure that you've all been doing add-on sales with all of our spices, but I've had some really fantastic results using our spice mix with the rest of our products. Obviously, you have to have them on display, but I also have the spices secondary all open, and I pass these around at parties so that people can actually smell the different ones. And I talked about these last month, showing that they all have that they're all 100% spice, that they have long use by dates, that we import them whole, grind and package them here in this country so that they are 100% pure and that they last longer and that you know exactly what you're getting. So they're much better quality spices than the ones that you buy in the supermarket. And for example, tonight we're using the butter chicken, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different spices in it. So to make butter chicken using anything else, you would have to go and buy 10 different spices. They're all going to expire at different rates. This one has an expiry date of the 8th of July 2016. So it's going to last you much longer, and you're going to use a tablespoon at a time. So for example, I have used this 4 times, made 4 family meals out of this, and it's still got half a packet left. It depends on how spicy you like your food as to how long a packet's going to last you. A packet costs $12. You can buy the 5 mixed varieties for $50. As consultants, we know we get them much cheaper, so it's a great way for you to buy them. Now you'll see here, I have my little host bag here with a little flyer on the top. I have all the spices in here as well. So when any one of my customers buys either a pressure cooker kit or a kitchen starter pack, they get to choose any one of the spices to take home and try them for free. So this is a really good way to introduce spices into your range, and I tell all of my customers that I keep a record of which ones they buy just on an Excel spreadsheet, and this is a really good way that they can keep track of what they buy, and you can then update them. For example, and this is something that I've been selling them on, if they buy a curry spice and then down the track we introduce a new curry, this gives you great add-on sales because you can ring them and say, so Sarah, I know that you really liked the Thai maximum curry. Guess what? We've introduced a new curry. Would you like to order one of those to try that out? But this is a great way for you to give away your spices and introduce upselling. Instead of them buying just a pressure cooker, it might encourage them to buy a pressure cooker kit if they get to take home a free spice with their kit. So that's something that they can rummage through. But I encourage everybody, buy a set of the spices for yourself. Try them out on your family. My daughter always says that my family are the guinea pigs, but try them out on your family, and that way you will be able to be the best case scenario, and you'll be able to tell everybody who liked which one's the best. And also it gives you the packets to take along to your parties so that everybody can smell them all. And I've had really good connoisseurs of spice open them up and say, these really do taste like great spice, smell like really good spices, and they smell like what's written on the packet. That's the best advertising you can have. So that's something about our spices. So we're going to make butter chicken. And the butter chicken, the recipe that's written on the back is written for your saute pan. It takes 22 minutes in the saute pan. And tonight we're going to do it 8 minutes in your pressure cooker. Because, of course, the more pressure cookers that you can sell, the better profits you're going to have. So before we get on to cooking, just a round table introduction of everybody. Of course, we have most people are on Hangout tonight. So we have Lee, who's our technology guru. We have Kath O'Neill, who's in Canberra. Di Walker, who's in Budgewoi. We have a brand new consultant who joined us on Sunday, and her launch party is on Monday, and that's Karina Kay, and she's in Canton Beach up the Central Coast. Fiona, who's in Bensville, she's Wilma Hickey's consultant. Cynthia, who's in Sydney. Lana, who's in Wyoming. Ashley, who's in San Remo. She's just done her first month. Jane Johnson, who's under Di Walker. She's in Rathmines. Wilma, who's in Penrith. And, of course, then there's myself. Okay, so we're going to start our cooking now. So hopefully you've all printed off your recipe that looks like this, just for future reference, and especially for you new guys. When I first started in Toolbox, I am not a cook, I am not a chef, I am a food assembler, and I've told you all this. I only offered 4 recipes when I first started because I was petrified that if I offered lots of recipes, people would pick the recipe that I was least confident with. So when you offer your recipes, offer the ones that you like to cook, and those are the ones that they will choose from, and those are the ones that they will have at their parties. So in my folder, I pick and choose what I like to cook, because if you only offer them the ones that you like to cook, that's all that they can choose from. Okay, so I've taken out some that I'm bored with and put in only the ones that I like to cook, because they can only pick from the ones that they can see. All right, so when I first started, all that they got to choose from was 2 mains and 2 desserts. They only got to choose chicken and mushroom risotto and stovetop pizza, sticky date pudding, and chocolate brownies. That's all. So when you are new, just put in what you feel confident with, because otherwise they'll pick something that you think, oh my goodness, I've never made that. All right, but this, I promise you, is really, really easy, and you all have a pressure cooker. Okay, so this is something that's really, really easy to do. Okay, so following your recipe, okay, into your pressure cooker. What I can tell you is a couple of things that I've already done. Into here, I've got your chicken. I've marinated in yogurt, spice, and lemon juice. Okay, so that's all I've done. And in here, into our pressure cooker, what we're going to do is we're going to put in a little bit of oil. And just remember to tell people that we use oil for taste and flavour, never because stuff sticks in our pots. And I'll tell you a really funny story. At a party on Sunday, there was an elderly lady who said to me, why should I buy a pressure cooker from you and not from David Jones? Tell me what the difference is. And I said, okay, I will tell you that David Jones sell pressure cookers, and David Jones will happily take your credit card, as will I. However, when you walk out of the store from David Jones with your pressure cooker, they actually don't care what happens to it and what you do with it after that. When you buy a pressure cooker from me, you buy the pressure cooker and you buy me. So you buy my customer service at 6 o'clock when you're cooking dinner and you forget everything that you've heard at today's party because maybe you've had a wine or 16. You can ring me at 6:15 and say, Karen, I'm really sorry, I forgot everything that you told me. and I will help you. Now, if I don't answer you, it's because my phone is in the car and I'm at somebody else's party, but I will return your call. That's the difference between me and David Jones. David Jones actually don't care that you forgot how to use a pressure cooker and you can't read a manual. And I said that to her and she said, oh, okay. And somebody else at the party piped up and said that our warranty lasts longer than any of the pressure cookers that you buy at David Jones. So it's really good to point out those things. The number one thing is when they buy one of our products, they buy you, they buy your customer service. So make sure everybody takes home one of your catalogs. Wilma always says that your catalogs sell nothing when they are in your house. You need to make sure that everybody takes home a catalog, because then everybody has your phone number. Okay, so into your pressure cooker goes your onion. Okay. This will also sell all of your red tools. And I say to everybody at every party, nobody is allowed to touch your cookware unless they have something red in their hands. Okay, because red means that they don't scratch your cookware. All right, so red is good. So that will also sell you bundles. So when you place your cookware on the table, this goes with this, goes with this. Okay, so red is good. All right, so we're frying off our onions and then we're going to put in our chicken that's in the marinade all at once. And if we had smell-o-vision, you would smell that this smells very, very good. I hope you're all cooking along with this, those of you who have the spices already. The other good thing about the spices is when you are booking a party, you can say to people, when I send you the ingredients list, when it says the spices, don't worry about that because I will bring those. It will encourage more people to book because they think that's one less ingredient that they have to supply. So that's a good thing. Okay, so into there we have the chicken and the marinade. We're going to put some tomato paste, any tomato paste that you have, and we measure this exactly. Okay, tomato paste. So that was 3 tablespoons that you would have measured then. And half of your cashews. One little tomato paste in there, I think. Smells pretty good, right? Okay. And then we're going to put in half a cup of water and half a cup of cream. And give it a stir. And just while I'm doing this, I'm just going to pop some rice on, which I've already got over here. And yes, I know I'm a freak because I have more than one pressure cooker. Can't really have butter chicken without rice. Okay, stir it all up together. Okay. This is really hot, which is why I'm not a cook. That's why I'm a food assembler. Okay, give it a good stir, and then we're going to close and lock your lid. Okay, make sure your pressure cooker is on high, okay, because we want to bring it up to pressure, and then we're going to turn it down low cook for 8 minutes, and then it's done. Very, very easy. So this is a very fast masterclass. Okay, so our rice is over here, also on high. When that comes to pressure, that's going to be also cooking on for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, and then that will be done as well. Okay, so while we're doing that, I'm going to send all of our consultants our agenda for tonight, so you will have everything that we have talked about. But there are some important dates that you need to know. Lee's just giving me a note. Now, I have already emailed everybody the recipe. So if anybody else that's watching that doesn't have the recipe, you can just email me at karen.hope@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to send you the recipe for this, because it's very, very straightforward and very easy. You can also go to my website, and you will be able to have a look at all of our pots and everything like that, and order yourself a pressure cooker. So, so that is mychefstoolbox.com.au/Karen-Hope, and that's where you'll find my website. So it's really important to point out, especially at a party, when your pressure cooker starts to steam like this, that's perfectly normal, because sometimes people panic. And the other thing that they'll notice is that there's some condensation that drips from a handle, also very normal. Has to build up lots of steam and lots of pressure on the inside in order for the button to pop. Okay, and when there's very minimal liquid in here, sometimes you need to give it a bit of a shake so that nothing sticks to the bottom. Okay, so this one's giving a bit of steam off. This one's not, because there's lots more liquid in here. Rice just takes a bit longer to come up. This won't take very long at all to come up. See, now he's popped. Okay, so this one comes down to low, and then we're going to time him for 8 minutes. And I don't know why all of my pressure cookers are boys. They just are. All of my pots are boys. They just are. Okay, so we're going to time him for 8 minutes on low. Okay, so he's done, and we're just waiting for this one to come up. He's nearly ready, so he's going to come up in a minute, and then he'll be done. All right, so sales meetings are normally held 7 o'clock on Mondays. Our next one has a change in date and day. So the next one is on the 18th of March, which is a Wednesday. Okay, so it's just been moved a couple of days in. So you will get this all on your email. So don't panic. Your agenda will come tomorrow. So that's all good. For those of you who have not sent me through your preferred time slots on a Tuesday for your phone calls, I would love it if you could do that. That would be terrific. Now, we have some consultants who sold in excess of $1,000 for February, so that was super terrific. Congratulations to Lana, who was your first month, and Lana sold $1,023.60. Yay. Fiona, $1,404, and then we go to $1,500, and that was Wilma, $1,950. And then we jump all the way up to $3,500, and that was Di Walker. Congratulations, Di, $3,579.10. Well done. As a team in February, we sold $19,476.18. So congratulations. I was really proud of everybody, and special congratulations to Di Walker, whose host made it in at number 7 into the top 30 for the Nespresso coffee machine. So congratulations, Di. I know that you were super proud to give Jan a call. And Di's party, or Jan's party that Di did, was $1,835.01. So congratulations, well done. That was very exciting. Senior coordinator for, senior consultant for February because Di introduced Jane into the business. So that was very exciting. Now, what that means is that Di has offered somebody the same opportunity that was offered to her. And Di will also receive the exclusive tablecloth for her display, and she will get a new badge, a laminated certificate, and an extra $75 every month that both Di and Jane are both active consultants in our business. So that's why we love Bonus Day. Now, Bonus Day falls on the 15th of every month, which is very nice. So congratulations again, and well done to Di. Yay! So we still have a few challenges that are currently running. Our free luggage set that started for new consultants who joined in February. So this is for Jane and also for Ashley. So when you complete Fun Start 1, so for you guys, your Fun Start 1 goes for February to March. You have until the end of March to do your qualifying party. So go girls. And then you will receive that luggage set that's valued at, I don't know, lots of money. So hooray for you. And you better hang on to that because I know for you, Jane, Di has her eye on that. So you better watch that. And then there's the Breville incentive for all consultants when you hold 16 parties between January and March and have one new consultant join and complete Fun Start 1. You have your choice of the Breville Scraper Mixer Pro or a Fuji Fountain Pro. And there is a tracking sheet for that you can download in your toolbox. Lots of people have a bit of a heart attack about their pressure cooker doing this. It's supposed to be doing this. I'm turning this one down now, and then we can start our timer on this one. So we'll be finished at almost about the same time. Now, don't forget, for the rest of March, all of your hosts will receive the free pack of 5 spices. So, and now every time we talk about anything free for a host, it means when they have a qualified party. So, to be clear, a qualified party means $500 in sales. Okay, now I always tell my hosts $500 in sales in one booking. Okay, so $500 in sales, they get this for free. This is valued at $50. So this is something that's really good to get out there in the world to them, because once they try these, they will love it. And this is a consumable product. So for them to have this, they're going to keep coming back to you. And actually, Wilma had a really good idea. She's printed up labels that she's stuck to the back of all of her spices that she's giving away out of her bags like this. So this is really good. So then they have her name and her phone number and her email address and her website address. So when you have your spices in your little bag like this, that's really good if you can have a label attached to them as well. But Toolbox will automatically send these out to your host, and the code for that is simply SPICE. Do not forget to order that. When you get to the host page in your portal and you're ordering your host gift and whatever the host buys, you need to actually write in there SPICE, okay? Because it won't just automatically come. You need to make sure you physically order it for them, okay? Now, this is something that's been very popular even for people who have already bought the red bowls. So this is our sweet Easter special. When customers buy the set of red bowls, they get the pack of 6 poachers for free, okay? So the egg poacher is not only good for poaching eggs. Okay, so just because these are egg poachers, because if you just have these sitting on your display, lots of people have no idea what these are for. So you do need to explain to them And I always start off by saying our silicon is rated minus 25 degrees up to and including 230 degrees. So they go fridge, freezer, microwave, dishwasher, and conventional oven. So yes, these are terrific for poaching your eggs. You can poach your eggs in your microwave. You can put them on a tray and poach your eggs. You can put them in in your saute pan with some water in the bottom, and you can poach them that way in your saute pan. But they're not just egg poachers. They have little diamonds on the bottom, so when you sit them flat, they don't roll around like imitation versions do. But because they're silicon, they do much more than poach eggs. So if you want to do individual dishes of anything, you can. These will do individual serves of shepherd's pie. If you make shepherd's pie, they're then called Shrek pies. But you can do individual serves of, you can make cakes in here. You can make puddings in here. You can make little ice cream cakes in here. If you're doing a children's birthday party, you do jelly and you stick a chocolate frog in here, and that's called frog in a pond. If you're an adult, you can do vodka jelly shots in here and squeeze them together like this, and then they slip in way easier. But they do everything. You can make your own ice cream cake in here. They do everything and go everywhere. Okay, so they're much easier. They do way more than just poach eggs. And you get 6 of them for free. Okay, so these are really good. But at Easter time, which we're coming up for when the Easter Bunny comes, these are really good because you can take these bowls and out will pop a half an eggshell. And then into your eggshell, you can fill your eggshell with Rocky Road, you can fill it with link balls, you can fill it with melted caramel, you can fill it with whatever you like, and you've made your own Easter eggs. And if you want to be really disgustingly healthy, you can make 2 of them and stick them together like this, and you can make your own Easter eggs. Okay, so that's a really fun thing to do. Okay, but you will get 6 of those for free, and I'm telling you that people are buying these even if they already own a set, because you always need to have more than 2 bowls. Make sure that you tell people that you can do these with electric beaters, you can do them with a bar mix. When you put a bar mix in here, you need to make sure that you put the bar mix in here and then you wrap the bowl around the stick of the bar mix, because otherwise you will get cream in your hair when you're beating cream. I know this. All right, so otherwise they go everywhere. You can put them in a Kenwood. They go everywhere. Fridge, freezer, microwave, dishwasher, oven. There are lots of photos on our Facebook page of people that have made Dolly Varden cakes. So you can mix your cake mix in here, bake the cake in the bowl in the oven. When it comes out like this and you've got a Barbie doll in the top, it's a Dolly Varden cake. Okay? Anything that you do in here with somebody else's mixture, you've made. So go to the shop, buy yourself some really nice ice cream, put it in here, melt the ice cream in the microwave, throw in your bags of favourite lollies and chocolates, mix it up, and then you put this into the freezer, and then you've made your very own ice cream cake, and it tastes way nicer than any ice cream cake that you've bought. And if you're really clever, when you tip it out like this, you get some of that ice magic and you pour that over the top, and you've made ice cream cake with a crackle shell. Really awesome. Okay, so they are really awesome, and you get a set of 6 free egg poachers. The other thing that these have is really firm bottoms, just like everybody at all your parties. So when these are on a flat surface and you're mixing in here because there's food in, nothing moves. So people that like to cook with small people in their houses, not dwarfs but children, These won't shift anywhere. Okay, so really fabulous when you have helpers in the kitchen. Okay, so our butter chicken is cooked. Okay, I'm just going to tell you about the last incentive that we have, which is our established consultant incentive. Now, you are crackers if you don't go and do this one, guys, because when you redo, that's our rice ready. When you redo Fun Start 1 before the end of March, which is basically do 4 parties before the end of March, Toolbox are going to give you 400 Chef's Club dollars to either add to your kit or add to your kitchen. You're crackers if you don't go and do this, because that's 400 free dollars to spend on whatever you like. So if you have any questions about anything, pick up the phone and talk to me, because that's what I'm for.
Not right now.
Not now, but after today. Okay, so we have butter chicken, we have rice, and now I'm going to show you what they look like. So, out of here. Now, always when you are talking about a pressure cooker, it's always good to show people the 3 different ways to release pressure. So I always tell people you can let it sit and release naturally. If you're cooking something with lots of vegetables, natural release is the best, because when vegetables are in the water, they cook with very minimal water. So all of the juice, all of the vegetables, when it is steamed in the water, it's really good if it's naturally released, because then all the steam doesn't come out and it all goes back into the vegetables. So that's really good for natural release. You can put it in a sink, run water on the top, and then there'll be no noise, or you can do it this way, and that's how all the steam comes out. Now, I get lots of photos from my customers when they are camping. Most of you will know I'm allergic to that. But they take their pressure cooker camping because they don't have to have access to a sink or anything like that. They can use this on a camp stove. And if you ever go on holidays, we went on holidays at Christmas time, and Lee will tell you that he made me pack the pressure cooker to go on holidays with, and I'm very glad, and I tell everybody that I'm very glad that he told me to do that, because when we got to the apartment, they have rubbish cookware in apartments, and you can't cook anything in the cookware that apartments give you. So absolutely everything was cooked in my pressure cooker, from my son's eggs in the morning through to our lunch and our dinner. So to cook eggs in the morning, it was just a big saucepan, and then I just tipped the eggs out onto the toast, and it was just a big saucepan, because to try and cook in anything else was rubbish. You really appreciate good cookware when you've got it. So now our pressure is released. Now we can open. Okay, so this is how you tell people how easy it is. And now we have beautifully cooked rice in your pressure cooker. You see that? Very easy. Much faster than in one of those rice cooker things. And lots of my hosts have rice cookers, and it dries out all the rice around the edges. This one does not. Okay, so we have rice, and then we're going to have butter chicken. And Lee's very excited because he gets 2 dinners on team meeting night. So we're going to do rice, and then we'll release the pressure here. It's always bad when you have glasses, because your glasses fog up over the top of your pressure cooker. And then we have beautiful butter chicken. Of course, none of it has stuck to the bottom. And if you wanted to, you could put, you know, some herbs in here to add flavour, but I have followed this exactly to the recipe, so it's to everybody's benefit. And there we have 8-minute buttered chicken.
Oh, that's lovely.
So there you go, 8-minute buttered chicken, 8-minute rice. It's about 8 to 10 minutes depending on how much rice you do. But the recipe is all together, so you'll be able to see. And basically, bon appetit. Very, very easy. Our next team meeting is Tuesday the 5th of May at 7 o'clock. Don't forget, if there's anything that you would like to add to team meeting, please let me know. I'm more than happy to put anything into team meeting that you would like to have included. So don't forget to let me know. Email, telephone, speak to me, all good. So until next time, bon appetit. Thank you for joining in. Just before I go, this is a very useful tool. I have laminated all of the bundles. Bundles are your biggest sellers. So laminate your bundles because it will remind you to talk about them. So it's a great selling point. It's a great thing to pass around at parties. They are featured in the catalogue, but it's a really good way for you to talk about them at your parties. So until next time, until I speak to you, bon appetit. Thanks for joining, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.